So charged nanoprobes now have a bigger job and they've become very pricey. This is not my screenshot, this is my Alliance Admiral, so big shout out to my Alliance Admiral for providing this screenshot for me just to do a comparison. But it's all part of an overall Borg Solo Armada loop. And how does that loop work? Well, let me try and break it down for you. I'm Admiral Pegasus and this is Star Trek Fleet Command. Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. Now, as I said, this is courtesy of my Alliance Admiral Borgfather, who's kind enough to provide me a screenshot of what he gets. Now, this is based on a prime. I will just say that because he ends up pulling double than what you'll see later on in the video for what I get. However, our original prices still remain for a tier 9 Vidar. And we've also had a third chest added in as well, that's extortion. I mean, I thought 2 chests was going to be bad enough, but 3 chests, Scopely are taking the proverbial piss. But it's there, and it could be very problematic for a lot of players. So why don't we actually see if we can actually break this down? So let's jump into game and let's have a look at this, shall we? Okay, so first of all, we're going to start off here in the research trees. And that prime we was originally looking at, if we jump into starships, and to be perfect, we should see the prime relatively close. We've got, let's have a look. Where are you? Where are you? Here we go, down here on the bottom line. This is the prime that my Alliance Admiral got. As you can see, it's pretty pricey. 6-star uncommon crystal. You will find a pack in the in-app store, so if you do wish to go buy it, I would probably highly recommend it given the new loop. But that's if you want to spend. If you are a free-to-play player though, sadly, this is not going to be an option for you because obviously you're not going to want to spend $100 or £90 on this thing, or 110 euros, but it depends where you buy it from. So it is going to be worth its weight in value. I'm not going to lie about that. The downside is obviously the G6 stuff. So obviously I won't be getting it because I don't have $100. Also, another thing that's really going to help you as well with this new loop is going to be the Prime Vidar cargo. Trust me, this is one that you potentially are actually going to need. But there are other things that you can do in game to actually help you as a free-to-play player. Again, this one's going to be a spender. It's $100 or £90 or 110 euros or wherever you're from. It's going to cost you a lot of money. So if you do want to spend, crack on, get it. It's going to be worth your while. So that's them. Now we're also going to jump up to the combat tree because what you're going to need as part of this new Borg Solo Armada loop is specific research. Now, it's literally here, and we'll select the Federation one just to start off. Basically, what it's doing is increasing your Federation, Klingon, and Romulans ships' weapons damage dealt by 35,000%. Now, if that number doesn't ring a bell, it should do, because that's how much the percentage the Vidar weapons increase against any Borg. However, please pay attention to the description in this one because it does say Borg Spears Communications to increase the damage dealt. So it's the Borg Spears. This is aimed purely at the Solo Armadas. I've not tested it against the probes yet, but I very much doubt it will work. Also, you've got the jellyfish down here as well. Why the jellyfish has been brought in, RevJu said he didn't quite understand it, and to be honest, I kind of agree. But for those who do not have the Defiant, it kind of makes sense having this if you're on a free-to-play path. Now, it's relatively cheap as chips. You don't need special packs for this. It's only going to cost you some charged nanoprobes and some dilithium. If you check out the live stream I did, I actually got these live on stream. It's around about the final half an hour, if I remember correctly. So I think this one was like 5,000, and the Federation Romulan and Klingon ones were 8,300, if I remember correctly. So you are going to need these, because otherwise you're going to go up against these spheres and you're going to think, what the hell? And I bet you're wondering what I mean by the spheres. Well, they are the Solo Armadas. We will get into just in a moment. Now, I'm actually going to take you, we'll see everything as we go on, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the loop step by step. So obviously your first thing is get that research. If you want to spend the money to get the other research, crack on. Let's just have a quick look at the packs, just to give some sort of balance. You've got a Solo Armada pack, which gives you 16 uncommons, and some ablative amplifiers for your Defiant, some Urbanite for your Cerritos. So support could become a big thing. Also some XComs in there, and some Tetrons as well. Do not forget that they all provide boosts. So, and then obviously you've got an elite one as well, which is going to give you some rares and epics. I've got a funny feeling this one though is available for Ops 40 and above, given the fact that there's rares and epics in this one, and obviously you won't see them if you are below 40. Also, there's a projectile as well which has come out, which is going to increase critical damage against all Borg enemies. This includes the original Borg tactical probes, the Mega Cube, and it increases the damage by 20%. The pack is not particularly too bad. So I'm not going to get into point counterpoint arguments about whether the packs are valuable or not. That is down for you. And then obviously there's a premium one as well. Again, I think this one's going to be Ops 40 and above. Now, where's the Defiant? So we've got the Defiant locks there in at the minute. So do not worry, this is not going to basically be just advertising the packs. There, here we go. This is one I'm looking for. Charged nanoprobes. And where are you? Oh no, that's just a charged nanoprobes pack. That should give you a bit of a boost. Here we go. Vidar full unlock. Not the one I'm looking for again. I will find the correct packs that I'm actually looking for. Now I know the Vidar cargo one is actually in here, because I've seen it, unless they've gone and taken it out. Here we go. Prime. Oh, that's actually not too bad. Actually, it's 45 quid, and it's going to give you the material, the rare materials of G5 that you're going to need to do the cargo bay. So yeah, okay. So it's a bit cheaper than I thought it was going to be. Than I actually thought it was. But the one thing I've not seen is the is for the new Prime, which is a bit of a pain in the ass, really. So, I wonder why I've not got it. But then again, I'm not going to get it. But there is a pack in there should you want it. Now, let's move on to what we need to do, because it starts off with a grind. Okay, no questions about it. It's going to start off with a grind, and bearing in mind as well, some of this will also pan into your new command center in the form of the officers, so do bear that in mind as well. I'm not going to cover the fleet commanders yet. I will do that in a separate video when I've actually got my head around the mechanics, and I've rewatched DJ's and Rev Juice's videos on it a couple more times each, just to get my head around it, because there is a lot to it, a lot of currencies, so just bear that in mind. So let's start off first with the ship you're going to need. Is a Vidar. Highly recommended from Scoper's point of view by Ops 35. This thing should be tier 9. That's by Scoper's logic. Is that how your gameplay is panned out? Possibly not. I don't think I was Ops 35 when I managed to get mine maxed out. I think I was about 38, I think. But I do have a second tier 9 one, because I invested in the charge node probes that upgraded. But we'll talk about that shortly. So, let's have a look at a couple of little things that we need to be aware of. Cargo capacity. 495.9 thousand cargo capacity. That's pretty much all I've got. That's what a tier 9 Vidar has. Now, I think there are some various other cargo researches in the away teams research tree as well, so they can also increase your cargo capacity as well if they're all ships. I can't remember for certain. That's one thing I should have checked before the video. But I'm going to give you a couple of crew loadouts. Not that. No, not that. You will see this crew come back aboard a Valdor just a little bit later on. However, 5 is... So what we're going to do is oh, hello, we don't want that. We're going to take these 2 officers off the bridge. And I'm going to move 5 over because 5 is going to be highly important towards your grind. I'm going to give you the best one I found to help with the grind. And the reason you're going to want her is for her officer's ability. Yes, her officer's ability. Now, I will admit she's going to disappear off the screen in a minute because I've just realised how I'm doing this. It's not going to... I think I might be able to find another way around it. Actually, I think I have to do another way. So you will need 5 of 11 on your bridge. Next up is... Let's take Lalane. You will need Lalane on your ship. However, put her below deck. That's where she's going to be needed. And the reason you're going to need it is because she's going to increase your cargo loot. Now, bearing in mind, there is the bug, which shows that you've got more cargo. You can hold more cargo than what she actually does. So bear that in mind. But do not worry if you have a T9 Vidar, because trust me, she's still going to be more than effective for what you're going to need. So have her on below deck. Next up, Captain Pike. Obviously, because of his captain's ability when fighting hostiles, increases shield mitigation by 4%. And then also you're going to want some synergy. Yes, you're going to want Strange New Worlds Uhura. I originally called her Cadet Uhura in a comment, so I've obviously got to correct myself on that one. It's not Cadet Uhura. But this is why you need her. She increases your armor, shield, and deflection and dodge by 1100%. Now, if I'm right, she's a T2 of the total attack when fighting hostiles, for fighting battleships against hostiles. From an interceptor, sorry. I will get the words right in a minute. So that is very big. So that's the kind of loadout you're going to have. You're going to make sure your stats are also at 350%. And then simply what you can do is go for attack. And we'll put Khan there, Grush, and who else we got available? And we'll put Kirk in as well. So I'm boosting my stats, and as you can see, 350% has not changed. But my attack stats are at 26,000, which means I'm basically going to be I'm going to be doing a fair bit of damage. So that's the primary crew you're going to use. Now, if you do not have any of these, what I will recommend is you can use PMC if you'd like, or where is she? Or Talon. Now, Talon, if I'm perfectly honest with you, right, this one is going to be completely ignore the below deck for now. This one is going to be better than PMC. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. Ops 35 and above, PMT. Or if you want PM Cath as well. If Cath is higher than Talon through stat-wise. And stat-wise, I mean higher than 20%. So, because you're going to need to dull kinetic weapons. Because obviously they are battleships. They do have kinetic weapon, which is a bit of a son of a gun when it punches. So just bear that in mind. So now, obviously, because I'm not going to go through the grinding, because the grinding is a bit of a pain in the rear. I'm just going to put the crew back up. I'm going to get rid of them because I don't need them for what I'm about to do. Because while we're doing this thing's going to fly and join the other 2 ships. So let's get there. And then what we can do is we can keep this system available for when we come to it. Right, so you've done that. Right, we need to show you where to grind. So where you're going to grind is simple, is Romulyan territory. Do not worry about the Romulans if you are an enemy of the Romulans. It is literally going to be these systems here, not a Rentar in the middle, the level 30. You want the level 33 systems surrounding it. Sigma Comet, Beta Zatori, and Zeta Grey. They're the systems that you are going to need to go to do your grinding. Now, we do have some systems out here as well. So if you are Ops 35 and above, you don't want to be looking at the lower ones. You want to be looking at more particularly Quarter Alpha, Quarter Beta, Quarter Gamma. So they're the ones that you're most likely going to be grinding in. But yeah. Now, the problem we still have, and this is going to be a problem, is the warp token. You only get 2 a day, so unless you've got a backstock, it's going to cause a problem, and hence the reason why I've suggested the cargo increase with Lalon below deck. I would not recommend putting a cargo officer on the bridge, because it could affect your combat stats and how much you're going to get. So there are various other ways to also increase your loot. Is the Infanterist skin as well. We'll have a quick look at that. I know I'm cutting through quite a lot of information here. There is a lot, so please, if you do miss something, feel free to rewatch the video. Once obtained, 50% increase of nanoprobes when killing the tactical probes with the Vidar. Now, you do not need to apply this skin to your ship. As soon as you've got it, activate it, jobs are good, and off you go, and it's going to reduce your grind. Now, there are other things that's going to help reduce your grind even further, but again, we'll come on to them a little bit further down the line. So, you've gone out, you've filled your Vidar up with its cargo, and we've got takeover coming up. You filled your Vidar full of charged nanoprobes. Where are you going to go next? Well, it's simple. You're going to go to your Borg Refinery. So there you go. Borg Tech. Ignore these first 3 chests for now. This is where you're going to go. So here you go. As you can see, difference from the screenshot that I had at the beginning of the video. I'm only on 15,000. And this is where it's going to cause a problem for free-to-play players. Because that's all you got. 15,000. Now, as you can see, up in the top right-hand corner, I have 2.9 million of these inert nanoprobes. So I've got a little bit of a backstock, but it ain't going to last me forever. So I'm going to have to go out and grind, which means I'm potentially going to have to do 2 full runs with that crew. Now, the cargo capacity I should have showed you it beforehand, was 580. 580,000, so which means in 1 run, and I can fill it with that crew loadout. I can fill it, so which means I'm going to be able to do the million pull chest. However, just doing that means I will not be able to do active nanoprobes. Yeah. So doing the 3 chest pull on the charged after 2 runs means I won't. Actually, no. Yes, I will be able to do active nanoprobes, but I won't be able to do the 2 or the 3 chests, sadly. I will still be able to do the 1 chest, but it could reduce how much you're going to get. So I'm just going to quickly collect that one, because obviously I do need to collect my refinery anyway. But the charged nanoprobes. Now, to be perfectly honest, the only option, literally, if you want to do all the stuff you can out the Borg Refinery, there is only one option to pick. 3 chests. If you want to do it. Because obviously you're going to get 45,000. And now there is a specific reason for this. Because this is what has potentially pissed a lot of players off. Is the cost of these. Look at that. 28,000. Or 29,000. That's 2/3 of what you've just seen me pull. So that's going to give me, what, 16,200 charged nanoprobes left over from that pull. So I'm going to be able to pull the solo directives. Now, if you are below 40, if you're Ops 35 to Ops 39, you will be able to claim these. But if you do not have a Tier 9 Vidar, you will not get a full solo Armada directive uncommon pull. You won't get a full one. It's going to take some time. It was mentioned in Rev Juice's YouTube stream last night. That's Wednesday night. Where somebody said they were only getting 6. It's going to take them 2 weeks to do get 1 Armada. So that must be a Tier 1 or a Tier 2 Vidar. I can't remember what tier they said. So bear that in mind. But do obviously look at the top of the solo directives. It does say Vidar Tier 9. So it is tier related. But as well, if you want to do the other stuff like this, your independent nanoprobes is one thing you should be doing. So out of that 16,000 I've got left, I'm already losing another 8,000 for this. So now I'm already on 36,800 charged nanoprobes in total. And that's just that. Have I actually got a key? No, I haven't. So I can't even go in there. And then obviously if I want some faction credits where I normally go Romulyan, there's another 8,000. That's it. That's my 16,000 gone. That's it. That's my full 45,000 gone. But I've stopped collecting faction credits for now. And also you got the reputation, which is a little bit cheaper, but again, not there. So what I'm basically doing with a big pull of the 1 million inert nanoprobes and 45,000 converted into 45,000 charged, I'm still going to build up a small surplus every week if I don't get any faction credits. Obviously, the independent credits is a biggie. You should really be pulling it, because obviously we do not have many ways to actually source a decent whack of independent credits. So bear all that in mind. So that is step two. That is step two. So just to reiterate, well, obviously, because obviously it's gone now, come in here and do the 2 or 3 chest pull. I would highly recommend the 3, because the 2 chest pull is either going to give you just the solo directives, or it's going to give you enough to do your charged nanoprobes, your faction credits, and this down here. So it's a choice on which way you want to go. If you get the 3 chests, obviously you can do the solo directives and you can do your independent credits. Faction credits, again, is optional. It's up to you. I'm not going to say it's a priority. Independent credits are a priority. So this is why, hence the reason why I say go for the 3 chests. Yes, I've got a surplus. That ain't going to last forever. Trust me. So step 3 is collect your solo nanoprobes. As I said, yes, I did write out the steps. Then number 4 is go to a Borg system to attack an uncommon armada. So as you know, we've got 3. As you can see, I've got 3 ships out there, and trust me, let's show you a screenshot, okay? Before we crack on, where are you? I did one of these last night just to see if I could do them. Ah, there you go. Swarm, transports. Here we go. Borg Sphere. This was a level 45 uncommon Borg Sphere. Yes. Sphere. I got my ass handed to me. Yeah. Literally. I think I had 2 XCOMs running, which was Battle Damage and Explorer. I can't remember. But I literally got my ass handed to me. I watched I watched some spenders get their fleet completely demolished with this thing. However, I did see a player the same level as me, 42, but he had a 12 million Valdor, a 30 million Kelvin, and he also had the Defiant buff one of his ships. I can't remember what his 3rd ship was, but he used the Defiant to buff his ship, so his research must have been pretty damn good, and it defeated a level 45 Borg Spear. So hats off to him, because he did a fan. I literally was watching, I was just like, oh, I'm gonna get wiped out here. I got wiped out. So bear in mind, that's extremely strong. Now, for those of you who was watching live stream, you saw me take on one of these uncommon, and you saw that I defeated this quite handily. So here we go. So I'm going to start this one. It is a 90-second timer, so just bear that in mind. So we're gonna do this one. I think I might have to do another one depending on loot, but we'll have to see. Okay, I should have just mentioned that I'm actually going to cut to the last 10 seconds there. Obviously, because waiting a minute and a half can be a bit of a bum ache. So this is literally still the same Armada. I will show you that in the battle logs in a minute, that I didn't do more. But as you can see, completed, and my ships have barely taken any damage whatsoever. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a quick test here on the video. So again, we're going to do a bit of an edit just to cut out until the last 10 seconds. Okay, so we're in the final 10 seconds. My jellyfish is about to attack this Borg Sphere. Bearing in mind, it is one of the ships that got that research boost, effectively turning it into a Vidar, really. And let's see how much damage it's going to take. Oh, it lost. It actually lost. That's unusual. Wow. Let's have a quick look at that one, because that's unusual. Oh, it did a lot of damage, though. So, maybe a jellyfish on its own is not very good. So I tell you what, because we've got one more Armada available. Now the Enterprise, let's just go into this quickly. Stat wise, has a damage, a DPR of 803,000, and its whole health is 2.9 million. So now let's compare that with the jellyfish. Well, the jellyfish has actually got a stronger hull, and its weapons per round is actually weaker. So, yeah, let's have a look, see how the Enterprise fares against it. So bear in mind that this is a tier 6 Enterprise. So last one, if this doesn't work, the chances are the Valdor is going to wipe the floor with this thing. So again, we're going to do a quick edit, and it'll be the last 10 seconds again. Right, here we go. So last 10 seconds, and watch the Enterprise potentially lose. Who knows what's going to happen? It's out of range. It is lost again, so the Enterprise even lost. So let's have a quick look at the battle log on that one. Did roughly about the same. So given the fact that it's weaker, so I'm definitely going to say as a potential, minimum 2. Minimum 2 ships against this, because you saw with 3 ships I easily defeated it. So now, once you've defeated these things, and you're going to end up going back here into your Borg Tech Refinery, and you're going to choose this chest right here. Yes, this is the one you're going to choose, and dollars to donuts, I'm going to have to wait till tomorrow now to actually pull this chest. So this is your loop, and this is where it goes. Now, in this chest, obviously, you're going to get a guaranteed pull of rare directives if you are Ops 40 and above. If you are below Ops 40, you're not going to get them. So just bear that in mind. What you also get in this chest is a chance of getting 2 uncommon Vidar loot bonuses, which is a 125% increase. So basically taking 1,000 to 1,250. So work it out like that. And it obviously lasts for 20 minutes. Now, there is a problematic with these things, because you need to be docked. Yes, docked to activate. Then you've got to fly. Yes. So unless you're prepared to waste go-go juice with the Discovery, it's going to take you as long as it's going to take. It's going to take me 3 to 4 minutes to fly from territory to that Borg system. Sigma Quarter, or whatever it was. So that's 3 minutes lost already. So basically that's a 16-17 minute actual thing. And yes, it still works out. You can still fill your cargo bay in that time. Using all the loot bonuses that you can potentially get your hands on. Any that you've got available, make sure you use them. And then also another kicker is the fact you can only do 2 runs. Yes, because of the tokens, you only get 2 a day. So unless you've got a stockpile, which you can only hold 8. Yeah. And then obviously, if you're not at war, because if you're at war, somebody's going to pot you. But then again, Rev Juice even showed it in a live stream. He went and potted somebody who he wasn't at war with as a pirate. So you potentially could have that as well. So just be aware of all that. So are these loot bonuses going to be of any use? Yes, they can be, but they are on a chance pull. Also, you're going to get some Fleet Commander credits as well, some Commander XP, which we can cover in the Fleet Commanders video. Rhodidium particles, if you're actually remotely even interested in the Galaxy Tree. Like I said, I'm not. I only do it for a specific event. And then obviously you're going to get some officer pulls. As you can see, you've got, to be honest, a token Borg, 9 of 11 is a cracking one as a captain against that mega cube. 1 of 11 is your protected cargo, and 2 of 11 is cargo increase. So you're going to get them in your chest as well. What you'll get pulled out of it is another story. If I'd have actually, done 2 ships on that last one, I could have actually showed you with a pull. But that be it may. So now, obviously, you're going to get those rare directives if you are 40 plus. I will just stress this. 40 plus, and eventually you're going to get the rares. Now the rares, you'll need 200 directives. Epics, you're going to need 500. So basically you're just going to repeat steps 4 and 5 5 and 6 over and over again with the uncommons, and when you go into the rares, you're repeating the loop over and over again. So get your directives, go shoot the things, come back in here, but your loop all starts for the uncommon with the grinding Borg space and getting those charged nanoprobes. That's where your grind starts. Now, as a quick as well mention, this is based on a tier 9 Vidar, because that's where I'm at. You might be slightly lower depending on where you are, but no matter what, it all starts at Ops 35. There are level 35 systems, if you remember when I showed you the Borg systems in Romulan space, but here's the level 35 systems. So you got them. You got the 42 is obviously where I fought, and then if we scroll out, so you got the 42 there. You've got some system up here which is a 46. That's where I took on that 45 uncommon and quite handily got my arse handed to me. And then also you got one here between 2 sets of swarm space, which is your level 49, and then scroll out. Then you come to there was another one. Oh yeah, up here between Romulan and Federation space, you got a level 53 system, and then your next batch down here in G5 territory. So basically, you've got a level 57, a level 59, and then you finally got Orin Sigma 9 as a level 60. So that is the Borg loop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move into an area of open space. Right here will do. We'll clear these out of the way as well, because what we're going to do now, here we go, is we're going to display the order and what you do. Now this is going to scroll up the screen as I read it. So step 1, 2 runs on your Vidar, full cargo, recommended crew, Strange New Worlds Pike, Strange New Worlds Uhura, and 5 of 11. If you've got the Infiniteness skin, make sure it's activated. It does not need to be on the Vidar, but make sure it's activated to boost your loot. We will just quickly cover before we end an officer, which will also help you. So that's step 1. Step 2, go to your Borg Refinery. Do the 2 or 3 chest pull, whichever one suits your gameplay. Remember, the 2 chests, you'll only be able to go for the Solo Armada directives or independent and faction credits and faction reputation. If you go for the 3 chests, you will be able to do the solo directives, solo uncommon directives, and independent credits. And if you've got any left over, you might be able to get faction credits or faction reputation. So bear that in mind. So obviously collect your solo directives if you are participating in the loop. So collect your directives. Number 4, go to the Borg Solo Armada system and attack one of the uncommon spears. Start low. Wait till you build up a surplus of uncommon directives, like Scopely just gave us 2 yesterday, 2 uncommons. And then if you think you can punch up. If not, stick with the lower one. Stick with the highest you can go comfortably. I could take on a 41 with all 3 ships, potentially 2. I'll be testing that one tomorrow. But definitely the Enterprise and the Jellyfish can't withstand it on their own. Once you've done that, and you'll need to do a couple of runs, it'll take you a couple of days to do, based on one uncommon per day. Get the loot. So as you see, I had one from I did one live, one that I just done on this video. That's only give me 40,000. I'm still 8,000 short, so I've got to go do another one tomorrow, which hopefully 2 ships will win. And then I can do my first chest pull. Once you've done that, you're in the loop. You are there in the loop. It is something you will have to do on a daily basis if you want to maintain the loop. It does pay into the fleet commanders as well, so just bear that in mind. Like I said, I will cover that in another video. It won't be for the next couple of days because I've banged out a few videos, and my missus actually does want to see me, surprisingly, now the kids are at school. So yes, you'll be in the loop. When it comes to getting that first chest, if you get the XComs, use them. Yes, use them. Anything that can help boost the loot you gain on that grind will be a bonus. It will be a bonus. So that's it. That's the Borg Solo Armadas. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. So this has been the Pegasus Show. I'm Admiral Pegasus, saying stay safe and live long and prosper. And I shall catch you on the next video. Goodbye.